Everything begins with a story, a question, a feeling, and a passion. Stories take time. They ask for rebellion, discipline, failure, and faith. But most importantly, they require patience. This is not just the story of a house, neither of a dress, nor of a man, but of moments aligning, fragments finding their place and becoming a world greater than life itself. The youngest of 8, George spent his childhood by his mother's side, watching her creating gowns with very little resources. He followed her to churches, observed how the light poured through the stained glass, studied the careful stitches of the nuns' habits. He let it all shape him for the world he was about to create. As recognition grew and demand for Georges Hobeika flourished, he opened his first atelier in Beirut.
The story of Maison Georges Hobeika is a story of a house that's transformed quiet dedication into a name recognized on runways worldwide.
C'est un véritable artisan, Georges. C'est pas un couturier normal, parce qu'il connaît toute la fabrication d'un modèle, en fait, du patronage à la broderie, au choix du tissu et à la fabrication. Donc, il sait faire, il sait travailler avec ses mains, et ça, c'est important.
The work of the house has always been about more than just creating garments. It's about intention, care, and the woman at the center of it all. Georges' philosophy has always focused on honoring women. 30 years, 50 couture seasons, 27 ready-to-wear collections, and thousands of pieces. Yet, the heart has never changed.
They created such a beautiful family where everybody feels like they are part of a family, and they would love for it to see it grow more and more and more.
بقيت 30 سنة لأن طريقة جورج معي بالأخص كانت كتير حلوة.
عنده عشق للتطريز وعنده عشق إنه يخترع شيء جديد.
A house begins as an idea, but it only becomes real when people bring it to life. In the atelier, it's the hands and the minds of the team that turn creative vision into tangible work. They play a critical role in developing every piece. Embroidery is executed with precision, requiring deep knowledge of techniques.
الشيء اللي بيمرق علينا نحن ما حدا بيشوفه، الاشياء الدقيقة اللي بنشتغلها، الاشياء اللي جوا المبطنة، هيدي ما حدا بيشوفها، بيشوفوا بس الظاهر.
They are collaborators, pattern makers, seamstresses, and embroiderers, and fabric specialists, all working in sync to realize the bigger vision.
It's all towards one goal, and it's very clear from the start when the team was created and the strength of the studio that it was always towards working with one direction in mind, and that's the identity of the brand, and just continuously pushing it forward and into more elevated levels, I would say.
في كتير أشياء فيها صعوبة، بس إنه بالنهاية بس تخلص بتنسي كل تعبك وكل شيء، يعني بس تشوف القطعة قبالك بتنسي كل شيء.
اللي بخليني استمر 20 سنة وإن شاء الله أكتر هو لأنه ولا مرة حسيت إنه أنا عم بشتغل عند جورج هوبيكا، على طول بحس عم بشتغل مع جورج هوبيكا.
Bonjour. Je suis Antoine Mouzanard. Je travaille pour la Maison Georges Hobeika depuis très très longtemps. Je ne veux pas vous dire le nombre d'années, mais très longtemps. Depuis le premier défilé à Paris, qui était en 2001, et c'était une collection automne-hiver.
Back when Arab fashion was discreet, subtle, careful, Hobeika broke away. He was drawn to cultures, philosophies, and ways of being far from his own. Hobeika redefined what Middle Eastern beauty and fashion could be. And with every creation, he carried not only his name, but the weight of legacy and the promise of fatherhood, opening a path for the generations to follow.
There were so many moments where I questioned in my mind, like growing up, everybody has this question in their mind whether their parents' career is something that they want to pursue, or is there another career that, is much more fit for them or for their personality, for the way they act, for the way they behave.
For years, this house was built by many hands, guided by Georges, held by Mary, shaped by the team. And 7 years ago, a new hand joins the house. A new voice, a new energy. Georges Hobeika.
George walked a long path to find his own freedom, and when he did, he shared it with his own sons. Georges Hobeika grew into a creator with a very unique vision. Jad doesn't think in fabric, but in experiences. He envisions worlds that speak their own language, set their own rules, and tell their own story. The spirit of brotherhood turns vision into reality, as Jad's ideas come to life through his brother's support. Mark Hobeika leads with his own architectural vision, shaping the spaces imagined with his brother. With a steady force of leadership, Mark defines the structure of each set and oversees its execution, setting the stage for the Maison's vision.
Whenever there's change introduced in whatever scenario, there's definitely resistance. There's definitely something that's gonna fear you from not moving towards that place or make you question your decision at that specific point in time. And coming as a young guy that wanted to introduce all of that change, definitely there's going to be resistance, definitely there's going to be fear, there's going to be moments and times where we don't understand why, why should we do this instead of doing what we used to do before, because we also perfected what we used to do before.
Together, father and son shaped a house of duality, blending heritage with innovation and challenging tradition with rebellion.
Working with Georges, there's definitely, he's the guy who created the company. He created fashion like no one else in the Middle East. And being part of this entire conversation with him had me really think twice about my decision, things that I wanted to do, because someone who's so professional at what he does, he's so strict, he's a perfectionist in a way or another, and I'm not. I'm a messy person. I like to try, I like to go and make things that don't make sense, or like to create something that doesn't really fit within the norm of what we normally do. This is not the real conversation here. The real conversation is keeping up the beauty of everything that was done before and making it better and better and better and upgraded every year and every season.
The passing of Mary Hobeika sparked the reflection of 30 years of evolution. In her honor, they reimagined what she once began. Spring-Summer 2025 was more than a collection. It was a tribute to her vision.
It feels as if it was yesterday. I mean, when these first looks stepped out, immediately you can see everyone pulling their phones out on the edge of their seats. It was so impactful, so of the moment. It was very cohesive, from the couture pieces to the accessories to the makeup, the emotion in the faces. You can tell it was so emotional for everyone watching this.
I believe the Georges Hobeika woman has been forever a woman that dares to be present and wants to be different. And for that, I believe that this identity that Georges has created 30 years ago has been a part of my personality until this day. And it's all very true to the identity of the girl, the identity of the house in the first place, which is creating something that makes you stand out and not just blend in with everybody else.
Georges Hobeika's designs walked with legends, visionaries, and artists through their most iconic moments, where his creations embodied the message they wanted to share with the world.
Modern luxury for me is the expression of self, is the way you literally like create a style for yourself. That is it, as simple as that.
What defines the House of Hobeika isn't only the artistry you see on the outside. In fact, it's the revolution happening on the inside. The courage to break away and find one's identity.
The routines of Georges Hobeika are insanely iconic. He created things at the beginning of his career until now. This guy just impresses me all the way.
It's the journey of 30 years that shaped two Lebanese creators into voices of inspiration, a testament to the power of design, and ultimately, a message of strength from Lebanon to the world.
For 30 years, Georges Hobeika has offered the world something rare: beauty and elegance that doesn't demand attention. It earns it. And now, a new chapter begins, one that honors what came before while shaping today's woman, and always led by feeling.